And now that a panel headed by the Cabinet Secretary will review NPA resolution rules. Well, the committee has been formed and now Latha is joining in with more details on this one. Latha, over to you.
Well, I don't have details on what panel they have, but this looks like a very strange panel. They are going to suggest rules for taking haircuts in different accounts, and they're going to review rules of recasting loans. This technically is the Reserve Bank's domain, to suggest ways of recasting loans and to ensure how much provisioning should be done if loans are recast. The Reserve Bank's rules are very strict. If you are taking a hit, you're cancelling, for instance, 50% of the loan, then the hit to your NPV has to be provided for. If you are giving a moratorium, then again the hit to the NPV has to be provided for. Under what conditions does a loan go bad? So even if you restructure it, you have to provide it. So, I mean, I don't know, you have a government panel deciding how to recast loans. This would only be recommendatory. The Reserve Bank, on its part, will decide to what extent will this require provisioning. So this will only be one side of the story. My sense is that the bankers must have pestered the Reserve Bank into tweaking the rules, and the Reserve Bank has been stubborn about certain things will not meet international good practices, and therefore the government is making this kind of a recommendation. And once this comes from a government panel, irrespective of what provisioning rules the Reserve Bank requires, at least bankers will have the comfort that they are giving haircuts on the basis of a government panel. So they will not be accused of cronyism at a later date. Yeah. So that finger pointing is what they want to avoid. That is what, after January the 23rd, the historic day when, probably the day when the bankers were arrested, since then, no progress has been made on granting any haircuts or any recasting of loans. Now, if you have a government-headed panel, and it looks like, if it's Cabinet Secretary and Economic Affairs Secretary, they are, big men from the bureaucracy. Yeah. If they say that you can take a 75% haircut or, or whatever based on certain parameters, it will be easy for the bankers to say that they are only obeying a government set-up panel, and therefore probably the paralysis in NPA resolution will come to an end. That looks like the purpose of this panel.